So GoPro's built-in stabilization Hypersmooth is pretty much renowned to be the best in-camera, action camera stabilization ever, right? However, when put up against Reelsteady Go, which is, again, another extremely well-known post-production software, how do they compete? The following clips are named A and B. One is Hypersmooth 4.0 from the GoPro Hero 10, the other is from the exact same camera but with Hypersmooth off and Reelsteady doing its thing in post-production. See if you can try and figure out which one is which before I reveal it here. And yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Now, although the end product may be the best way to sort of judge the stabilization as a whole, I would have to argue that the process of getting to that end result is equally as important. GoPro's built-in Hypersmooth is as easy as turning it on in camera, setting it to your preferred option, which for the duration of these clips I used the high mode, and then boom, that is your final result. Reelsteady on the other hand, well, it's a pain in the ass. First up, turn Hypersmooth off. Then set the recording to a 4:3 ratio instead of the normal 16:9. Record your clips fully unstabilized, because if you have Hypersmooth on in any of them, it won't work in Reelsteady Go. Then you got to import it into Reelsteady Go, let it load up, set your preferred settings. I like to use the lower settings because it just gives a more natural feel rather than the whole zoom in, zoom out look. But then comes the worst part of the process, which is the exporting. The one single clip that I exported out for this video took over an hour on the M1 MacBooks. Yeah, it takes a really stupidly long time. Okay, so now let's go back to the clips. I hope you've made a decision, because clip A is Hypersmooth 4.0 and then clip B is Reelsteady Go. So if you can notice the differences, great. If you can't, I'm here to explain it in just a moment. But generally speaking, if you compare either the Reelsteady Go or the Hypersmooth to unstabilized GoPro footage, or even a completely different branded camera, I'm pretty sure that you would say that either Hypersmooth or Reelsteady are both amazing options. However, to get a little bit nitpicky, if we look at the Hypersmooth versus the Reelsteady, Hypersmooth has these little glitches and stuff when the camera seems to do this, and it sort of glitches back. It's pretty unnoticeable, but for the keen eye, you definitely notice it when you're comparing it. So at the end of the day, it doesn't create a completely smooth image 100% of the time, but for general things, it's pretty damn nice, to be fair. And I can imagine if you're using the GoPro just for freestyle and you're not really trying to do anything cinematic with it, Hypersmooth is an insanely great option. Either that or you go unstabilized. It really depends on your preference. However, if you've got the time on your hands and you decide to go the Reelsteady route, it just creates a very buttery smooth image that is extremely difficult to beat. It is really unreal. I think that at the end of the day, if you're looking for a quick but good result, Hypersmooth is 100% the way to go. However, if you're looking for a very time draining, extremely draining, but something that gives you insanely great results, then you're definitely looking at the Reelsteady Go. There are a few caveats that come along with Reelsteady Go too, however, the first up being the cost. It does cost an additional $150 to your GoPro, so it doesn't come free with this, you got to buy this separately. If you did try Reelsteady with either a Hero 10 or a Hero 9, which have the 5.3K, Reelsteady Go doesn't work with that apparently, and I don't know if that's just a defect on my end, but from all my testing, 5.3K, it does not work. So just keep all that in mind when trying to go for Reelsteady Go. If you're looking for the 5.3K, Reelsteady's not really an option at all. But yeah, that's all for today. So I do hope you got something out of the video, and we'll catch you in the next video. See ya!